Guys, this shit doesn't hurt Khabib at all. Not even a little bit. Here's what's up. First off, Dana White said, this is out in an interview. He said that Khabib got flown from Abu Dhabi to Dagestan. Okay? And it wasn't that he chose to go to Russia. Now, or maybe it wasn't that he chose to leave Abu Dhabi, but he did choose to go to Russia. But most fucking likely, it was that they were like, we're closing down. Our borders are being closed, and you gotta go. And you could go to your hometown, whatever's on your visa, or you can go someplace equal distance. Because that's usually how it happens when you get run out of a country. Right? I've been in countries where fucking shit went down and foreigners had to go. And wherever your visa says you're from, wherever your documents say you're from, wherever custom believes you are from is where you're going. All right? Unless you can provide your own transportation before it's time that they're going to take you. And unless it's cheaper or easier for them to take you somewhere else that you want to go, as long as you can get in. But most likely, he heard that the world was getting shut down and he decided to go be with his fucking kids. What's so fucking hard about that? What's so fucking hard about the dude saying, well, if we had to fight overseas because of the coronavirus and overseas is getting shut the fuck down, then why not go the fuck home? He can train for a fight in Dagestan as well as he can train for a fight anywhere else. He's a master sport in several things. And he is the best fighter from Dagestan, a place who arguably has some of the best fighters in the world. It would be like someone from Brazil getting shipped to Brazil and saying that, why didn't you stay in the United States? You can't train for a fight in Brazil. Let me tell you what. They could fucking train for a fight in Brazil. And Khabib can train for a fight in Dagestan just like he could train for a fight anywhere else. As a matter of fact, he might find better competition rolling around the streets of Dagestan than he would at the AKA or AMA or ABC Academy, wherever the fuck he is, wherever the fuck that is in California. So the reason why I say this is not to demean or diminish that academy. That academy is awesome. They're elite. All I'm trying to say is put credence to the point that he can go, Khabib can spar with master sport level people in Dagestan and prepare, because you know what? Them mountains don't have yellow tape around it. So he can do wind sprints up just like it got him to the point of being the best in the world. Secondly, he is the fucking most popular fighter in the history of MMA. In the history of MMA. More people know Khabib than know Royce Gracie, Anderson Silva. Not with the true fight people. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just talking about numbers of motherfuckers on the planet walking around right now who know anything that fighting exists, that professional fighting exists, that mixed martial arts exist, have heard about Khabib on the planet. The reason is because Conor McGregor doesn't make it into most Muslim countries. They don't fucking care. They don't give a fuck. They would rather watch whatever European soccer team that they like, whatever local soccer team that they like, and hope that whatever fucking place they're from can get in and qualify for the next World Cup. After that, Who the fuck cares? The fucking dollar for sports in the world starts with world football and soccer. And everything else is vying for the last 5% that world football doesn't absorb. And I'm talking about sheer numbers of motherfuckers on the planet paying money. So in the United States, we could think that American football is awesome. But less people around the planet tune in for a fucking Super Bowl that breaks records than do for a regular season fucking Super Classico game, Real Madrid versus Barcelona. More people around the world tune in for Real Madrid versus Barcelona warming up than the Super Bowl and World Series put together by the end of the year. By the end of the year, more people will have watched whatever they can of Real Madrid contra Barcelona. Think about that. Real Madrid contra Barcelona. More people on the planet watch the highlights in 12 months than will watch anything related to the Super Bowl. So by the end of the year, you can take the Super Bowl and World Series and all other television and media that has to do with the Super Bowl and World Series, and it will fail in comparison to one El Clásico. So Super Clásico is in Argentina, Fútbol de Argentina, and then El Clásico de España. So what does that tell us? That there's not much more money left anywhere, and then Khabib by himself takes a 1% sharehold in that around the world. Because in Russia, how many people is that? Was it twice the US? Russia. Now, we're not talking about all the stans. Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Iran, Iraq, Azerbaijan, Armenia. I mean, by the time you get to India, you have dwarfed all the planet over twice. And when it's not soccer and it's not rugby, it's Khabib there. Because those people train. When they get up in the morning, they do some sort of something, a ritual, yoga, martial arts, gymnastics, something. They don't lazily walk up and take a shit and then drag the trash from their fat asses into a car and drive it because they're too fucking lazy to walk it to the dumpster that's less than a kilometer away, 200 feet away. So, Khabib's gonna be just fine. Just fine. Just fine. My great granddaddy is from the Caucasus Mountains, that area. Whether he's Dagestani, I don't remember. I don't think so. I think if anything he would be Azeri, but I don't think he's genetically Azeri. I think he's Parsi and Kurdish, and just somehow got up in that fucking mountain somewhere, whatever his tribe of people. That's where he's from. Okay. And I know from stories what a stubborn, hard training dick he was. And if you put him on top of a fucking mountain, I'm sure you told him there's a fight that's going to happen at some point. Be ready. He'd be fucking ready. So we already know that Khabib's going to be ready. The world market for him has not decreased at all. And Dana White's not a bad guy in any of this either. He wasn't trying to sell out Khabib. He was trying to promote a fight. He was trying to get a fight done. Those two weren't fighting. Dana White was trying to pull off something impossible. And Khabib was trying to do something very real, which was go see his kids that he doesn't see very much because he's training for fighting. So when people say he's ducking Tony Ferguson, he's going to go see his kids because the planet's getting shut down. Dana White has got to keep interest in this fight. So allowing people say that Tony Ferguson is being ducked, who gives a fuck? There's so many fucking lies that go around any kind of fight. A prize fight, a mixed martial arts fight is going to be lie. People overreacted, exaggerating, and completely fabricating the truth just because the more energy and attention that's put on a fight, the more people will fucking buy the fight to see the fight. And if one of the storylines is that Khabib is running from fucking Tony Ferguson, that generates more interest than Khabib wanting to go see his kids because they fucking flew him out of wherever the fuck he was. That doesn't generate a lot of eyeballs. So you're not going to promote that story. And then when all of it's said and done, it's not going to be like, wow, Khabib really let us down. It's not. I can fucking promise you. It's going to be, Khabib, what can we do to get you part of our sports entertainment product? Because you're the number one athlete in MMA. Okay? He is the Lionel Messi of MMA. There's 3 big world football stars. 3 of them. Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Neymar. Okay? Ronaldo's market is set. His fans who are his fans are his fans. He's not recruiting any new fans. Lionel Messi's market grows with the sport of football. He's it. He is the number one most first person in Fútbol del Mundial. Del mundo. La primera es Lionel Messi. That's it. And then Neymar is the biggest guy in the biggest, most legendary football country. You want to argue if Brazil isn't the most biggest and legendary football country, okay, go fucking argue it. Okay, but the number, more people in Brazil buy football-related shit than anywhere else. And the people in Brazil, per person, spend more money of what they have. So if it's $1, they're spending 96 cents or whatever. I don't know. I just made that up. But they do. They do. And Neymar is the biggest star from there. So in South America, Lionel Messi versus Neymar. The rest of the world, it's Lionel Messi versus Ronaldo. Okay. In the MMA, it's Khabib versus whatever dickhead they decide to fucking talk up so Khabib could. So people will want to watch Khabib fight. And that's the truth. But it's not to say that those guys aren't elite. Conor McGregor is elite. He's elite. He is a very rich man because he's a very elite fighter. Tony Ferguson is elite. He is a very elite fighter. Do not fucking take this and say that those guys aren't elite. Justin Gaethje is elite. Tyron Woodley is elite. I think Dobronx, what's his name? Charles Oliveira or something, out of Brazil. He's elite. He just hasn't had the fights. These guys are elite. They're elite. And then then there's the second class underneath those guys. So the elite class, whoever they can get to fight Khabib is going to be the fucking fight. If I was Khabib, I would go up a weight class and stop cutting weight. The reason why he doesn't do it is because he likes throwing around people, and it's easy, just easier to throw around someone who naturally weighs less, might be shorter. But he ippon motherfuckers. He's got the judo and the sambo to just throw motherfuckers. It just kind of makes it a little more difficult to grab them, throw them down, strike, with all your burnt energy, push them, press them up against the cage, and suffocate them like a boa constrictor. It's almost a perfect game plan. He uses it every time. The tweaks are how to get to the game plan. Don't confuse shit. Don't make it too difficult. So, all that said, he is still the #1 draw around the world in pro fighting. There's only 2 people that are going to come close, and it's starting to be like, who gives a fuck? And one is Manny Pacquiao, and the other is that fighter out in Vegas. What's his name? It doesn't matter. The other fucking boxing guy that's out in Vegas making all that money. Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Money Mayweather. Right? But as the years go by, they get older and older, and most people are kind of like, who fucking cares? So Floyd Money Mayweather's like, well, I'll fight Conor McGregor. People are like, okay, I care. You know? Unless you're going to go see Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin. The only fucking draw is Khabib for the world. If you want to draw in North America and Europe, Conor McGregor's huge. You want to draw in North America, Tony Ferguson is huge. You want to draw maybe a little bit because he's connected to Khabib. He might do well in Russia. He might do well, whatever. But in Russia, they have their own animals, their own savage motherfuckers who fight professionally over there. The only thing that they respect is someone that can obviously beat the best in that class because he was a master sport and fucking proved it. So, who the fuck, how are you going to sell pay-per-views in India? How are you going to do it? Tyron Woodley? What do they give a fuck? They watch more cricket than they do MMA. Khabib Nurmagomedov. That's how you sell pay-per-views around the world. So if you think this shit hurts him in any small iota, you're fucking high on drugs they haven't even come out with yet. You are high in the future if you think that this hurts fucking Khabib's marketability and his relationship with the UFC.